All right, we're here with Camille today working on this beautiful tune that I have never worked on before, Weaver of Dreams. I've heard versions of it, but Camille's singing it. We're playing on in the key of D major. We've already mapped out the A section here, but I want to talk about what we've done so far. It's actually just kind of an A B song form with a second ending. We're in the key of D. We got this major seven shape here, plain old major seven with the C sharp on top. This inversion. The melody has the third and the fifth on top, and then the minor seven flat five. Here we're going to the sixth chord. We're doing the substitution. We're on a 2-5 in a minor key. You start off with the half diminished chord, C sharp half diminished. And then I always say diminish it. So for the 5 chord, we're actually subbing a diminished 7. And that creates a 2, 5 with a flat 9. And then it resolves to the B minor 7 here, which is a 6. The song's got a lot of secondary dominance in it. And then it pulls us to the 4 chord. And then we came up with these shapes here, A minor 7 to A minor 6. And A minor 6, instead of playing D7, we're subbing it out. This is a great substitution and a really important thing to practice. Minor 7, minor 6. So all you need to think about is A minor 7, A minor 6. The bass player, if we had a bass player, would be playing a D in the bass. That would then collectively create a D9 sound. But without the bass, we just have A here, G major 7. So again, we're subbing out A minor 6 for D9. That A minor 6 can also be called what? I'm putting Camille on the spot. A minor 6 can be called blank minor 7 flat 5. This is for
F,
anybody.
A
Oh,
minor is no, F flat. Well, sharp.
oh, you're so close. F sharp minor 7
F sharp.
flat.
I'm so close.
Yeah, so there's two ways to look at it. A minor 6, you could go straight to the sixth degree, which is F sharp, or you could just think of this dominant chord and go to the third, which is F sharp, and then you play minor 7 flat 5. So, but what's so great, especially on the uke, because we only have 4 strings we're playing, is we just learn this pattern: A minor 7, A minor 6. And you're going to see this, in other places as well. Like right here, the next chord, and that's a sub for 2-5-1. So temporarily, we're in the key of G. In the big picture, G is the 4 of D. So we're on the 4 chord here, G major 7. And then what was written here before is C7 sharp 11. I just wrote C9, C7. It's just the basic chord. But notice that this is actually G minor 6, which is also called E half diminished. I won't put you on the
Yeah.
spot there. But
I,
again, yeah,
I was
that's
reading
right.
that.
So again, on the uke, we really do a lot of these minor 6 chords and minor 7 flat 5s as substitutes for a dominant chord. And then we have another 2-5 here going to the 2. There's a lot of 2-5s in this song where we do F sharp minor 7 as written. And then instead of going to B7, we're doing B9, but this B9 is actually F sharp minor 6. So in context, it would sound like this. However, the bass player would be playing a B in the bass, and that would be B9. Okay, but we just thinking of it as a 2-5. And then we finally arrive at the 2 dominant chord, which is we're in the key of D again, don't forget. It's a lot of cool chord movement. And then the A is the real 5, but this is called delayed cycle. You didn't know that there's all these techniques being used in the song. And that 2 turns to minor, and then finally that leads us back to the top. But this we chose E13. We auditioned it because Camille's singing it, and that 13 is very prevalent in the melody, that C sharp. So we really want to bring that out. So here's E7, here's E9, Here's E13. So we got the 9 in there as well, which is really sweet. Yeah. And then plain old minor 7 here. And then guess what we did here? Instead of A7, we're playing A9. But this is, if you really examine it, this can be thought of at, or it really is E minor 6 or C sharp minor 7 flat 5. All minor 7 flat 5s and minor 6s can have two different names. So it's important to recognize that. This is great for improvisation as well. But what I always recommend again is that you practice your chord inversions minor 7, minor 6, minor 7, minor 6, minor 7, minor 6, minor 7, minor 6. And then what you're really doing by practicing those inversions is preparing yourself for two fives, which in jazz, especially in this song, you've got two fives everywhere. So now we're just going to play through this A section here. We'll do the second ending. Well, the A, then it repeats, which is still the A with just a little difference, second ending here. So the song, the form of it would be A and B, but it's not, this chart that we're using is not written out quite like that. I'm
The
going to put on
B,
the metronome. What was that, Camille?
I was going to say the B is just a little slightly different because it has those the flavor that F minor 7.
Yeah, if you were to see it all on one sheet, it would just be 32 bars, and then you basically say, oh, it looks like it just repeats for the B section, and then there's 8 bars that are different at the end. And that's pretty standard for an A-B song versus A-A-B-A song form. So we're going to practice this and see if we can switch in time and how it sounds with the melody. Camille, you can feel free to sing along. Well, there's going to be a latency, obviously, so it's going to sound like you're out of rhythm. But let's just practice some chords and just check it out real quickly here. Um, let's see. I got the metronome on, the count in, and let's see what tempo we're at. Oh, second ending. And then put a 5 chord here at the very end if you're going to repeat it, of course, to the top. Or we could go 1, 6, 2, 5 as a turnaround, but this is written out like it's going to end it here. But in parentheses, we could put the 5 if necessary. But I'm not going to worry about that. Let's just finish it out. F sharp. This is just a chromatic walk down here. You got the 3 to the flat 3. We renamed it to. Well, actually, no. This is how it should be named: F minor 7, E minor 7. So we got this F sharp minor 7. Sometimes a flat 3 is diminished, but in this case, we want it to be minor. So it's all parallel. Another song that uses that same kind of parallel is East of the Sun, West of the Moon. East of the sun, west of the moon, dear. Does that walk down, that chromatic kind of a walk down. Da, and then here we go. So this is all the same shape. That's why I'm just writing it out. It's just all parallel. Yeah, this. I apologize, this uke is slightly out of tune. And then guess what? I'm recognizing this instantly as a 2-5. So if I want it more inside, instead of playing A7, I'm going to go E minor 6. So that's all I'm going to do is take this shape here and make it a minor 6 shape. But I'm going to rename it as an A9. Oops, that's the wrong chord there. I didn't mean to do that. There it is. I had it. And I'm not gonna call it A7, I'm gonna call it A9. And then D major 7, I'm gonna end with the same shape we began with. Oops. So D major 7. There. Voila. So if I push play here, just to watch, and again, my uke is slightly out of tune, but Camille is playing along too. This is lovely here, the chromatic movement. And again, you can work out different inversions if you wanted to get that, that movement down here. Here we go. And then right there, I might throw in that A7 or A9 as a turnaround chord. Maybe I might choose just plain old A7 here. Or something, just as a turnaround chord. Something with A in the lower note since we're in tune. I'm gonna stop this recording of the lesson here, but that's really it, Camille.
That was excellent.
Let me see if I can find it. Here it is.